Hey guys, it's Dr. Manny. In this video, I'm going to be walking you through thyroid function. We're going to be talking about TSH, some functional lab ranges you should be watching for because most medical doctors, they have this big broad range. So I'm going to be getting into that. Before we do, make sure you click subscribe. Okay, make sure you ring the bell so that you're notified each time I make a new video. Okay, here's the thing, guys, and this is why thyroid is a very poorly managed condition. It ranks right up there with diabetes. It's one of the most poorly managed conditions in all of healthcare. You go in, they typically look at TSH, okay? That's the gold standard. Yeah, they might look at T3, T4 if you're lucky. Very rarely will they look at TPO or thyroid antibodies because their treatment plan doesn't change. So they'll look at some of this stuff, but TSH, okay, 0.45 on the low end and then 5.5 on the, so they're looking at the extremes. And then you get this, if you're looking at the diagram, most medical doctors are going to be looking at this top diagram, which means, hey, you have to be over here to have a disease, right? You have to be in the diseased state. So they'll say, hey, anything within this gray area is normal. You guys, you have a dysfunctional range, which is here. So the optimal range, when you go to a functional medicine doctor, that's what we are, that's what we do. Functional medicine, they want a tight window, an optimal range, a functional range, and that's 1.8 to 3.0. That's what I want to see, because here you have a dysfunctional range. So you go to a medical doctor, and I talk about this in my masterclass, but let's say you're at 0.55. Okay, let's say you're sitting right here. The MD is going to say, hey, you're not to that disease state yet. You're still normal, but let's say you have all the thyroid symptoms. Let's say you still have the weight loss resistance, the brain fog, the fatigue, constipation, hair loss, anxiety, brittle nails, you're cold all the time, you can't get out of bed, you can't sleep. So you have the classic thyroid symptoms. They'll say, well, okay, come back in 6 months and we'll retest. So, okay, there's that option of like, okay, you're here. They're going to wait until you get to this disease state. Or they'll say, okay, all these symptoms, it's all in your head. Here's an antidepressant. Come back in 6 weeks and let's see how you're feeling. Do you see how broken that is? You have thyroid dysfunction. You have thyroid, but they're not seeing it. They're not, because you're not to that disease state yet, to the point where, hey, here's some medication. I can't tell you how many people I've sat in front of. They're on the medication. They still have these symptoms, right? What good is all this synthetic hormone when you still have this? Guys, in order to truly get well, you have to fix things at the cell level. I'm not going to rant and go on too much. I do that on my masterclass. I did a thyroid masterclass. Somewhere around this video, guys, I'll leave a link, get it either in the description or somewhere around this video. I'll give you a link if you want to go watch it. But if you're struggling with thyroid dysfunction, this could be a factor. This could be a reason why. You're not getting the proper lab work. And the thing is, you need to have thyroid antibodies run because that's going to dictate what path you go down. Do you really have a thyroid condition, which is only 10% of the people, or do you have the Hashimoto's, the autoimmune version? That's 90%. So if you're on the synthetic medication and you've never been tested for autoimmune thyroid, you have a 10% chance of that medication actually doing any good. So if you're on the, I'm not going to mention names because YouTube doesn't like names, Google, Facebook. So if you're on the synthetic meds, chances of that working are about 10%. 90% is autoimmune. But medical doctor didn't care about your immune system. That's what we do. We focus on the immune system. Let's focus on the gut, which is where most of your immune system is, right? Let's focus on inflammation. Let's focus on blood sugar stabilization. Let's focus on toxins. Toxins to remove. Let's get rid of the toxins, okay? The system that we have it works very well. Been using it for, gosh, a decade and a half at this point. So anyway, if you're struggling with thyroid dysfunction, reach out. Would love to come alongside, provide some support, and see if we can help push things in a more optimal direction. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you click subscribe. As always, make sure you smash that like button, right? And we'll see you in the next training.